What I've learned is that this book education, it just helps you until a certain level. It does not take you all the way. To go all the way, you need to have the curiosity to learn something else. Like
So,
all right,
as you
so
know, we have researched about you. So,
okay.
would you like to tell us something about yourself that we are unaware of? Yeah, we would like to know.
So I come from Aurangabad. Aurangabad is a small town as compared to Bombay. I shifted directly to Bombay right out of Aurangabad. It was very different for me. Getting used to the Bombay college life that you've heard about for so many years. I'll be honest, I never intended to come to Bombay. My family is based in Pune since years. My elder brother, my entire family, my relatives, my father's and my mom's side. But I still chose Bombay, like I'll be honest with you, because I wanted something different. I wanted something, where I can call my own. If I'm in Pune, or if you're at your relative's city or wherever people know you because of your family, that's not how I wanted it. So I just basically wanted to create my own, what I'd not do so much, but just basic my impression. So that's how I ended up in Bombay. And then I took part in everything that I could, except studying. I did not study that well. The grades are not that well, but then I had a good time. I had a good time because one, it was offline, so you all need to persuade your teachers to get it offline. You all take care of yourselves. Nothing's going to happen to anybody. But offline was fun. So I spoke to everybody. I did all I could in all the committees and everything that I could. So that was fun. And that is how I think, a person develops on its own. Like if I hadn't spoken to so many people, if I hadn't done with things which I did on a daily basis, I don't think I probably would have been here. Like it just evolves you as a person. So that's where I am. I got done with 3 years in Bombay, which feels like I've done 10, more than 10, because I've just connected to Bombay on like an different level. I don't like Pune, I don't like Aurangabad as much as I do Bombay. My parents hate me for saying this, but I can never forget about Bombay. So the first chance I get in setting up in Bombay, I'm gonna shift. So yeah, that's about my college life, and then I think that's all about me. Bombay played a very, very, very big part in making me the confident person or the cheerful person that I am right now. So yeah, that also I day to day do use everything that I've learned in Bombay in my business and what I do usually. So yeah.
You currently stay in Aurangabad or Pune?
No, I'm staying in Pune right now. My entire family shifted from Aurangabad to Pune due to COVID or during the COVID times. So everybody shifted here, which is why I had to shift to Pune. I was I got a job in Schbang. I was working with Schbang, but after my TY, and my entire 3 years I did not do finance. My finance was only in the books. I hope you all are not showing this to Ritika, man. But then my finance was only in the books. Apart from that, I did everything that I could. I've done around 3, 4 internships easily. All my internships were media. So that is how I got into Shebang. So then after Shebang, I shifted to Pune because I'll let you all ask the questions. I'll let you all ask the questions. Any
So my first question to you is that what is your inspiration behind Kitchen Cartel and Nadkar Enterprises? Like, did you imagine being in this line when you were younger, or it just came along the way?
Absolutely not. I'm still young. I'm still 21. I'm becoming 22. I have a lot to do yet. So I definitely did not think that I would do this. And my inspiration, I would just rather tell you that it wasn't really what inspired me was the need for doing something. That's what inspired me. Like I wasn't inspired because all right, I need to do something on my own or look at this. But then probably because I was at Shebang, I was happy, I was okay with that. I wouldn't mind. But then maybe because of how COVID turned out, how my family had to shift to Pune and everything. So I decided I'll just not go for Shebang. So I shifted to Pune. And then when I shifted to Pune, I did 2 internships. Work from home, working from home. It was absolutely okay. I need to use proper words, right? It was not fun. It was not fun. The internships online were not fun. So I just, in COVID, basically, there was a thought like, I'm a non vegetarian. I eat a lot. My family, like, we make new dishes every single day. So what I thought was, we can do something which we're not getting as a family. like a local Maharashtrian family who can't get something you would require on a daily basis. So that is how the idea came up of getting into food, because three things that people won't ever stop: one's entertainment, one's drinking, and one's food. You can't get that out of them. People need to have fun, people need to drink, people need to eat. So I thought, okay, let's get into food, and that's how I got into like the veg stuff, because so basically Kitchen Cartel deals with Horeca, that is hotels, restaurants, and caterers. That's the industry the Kitchen Cartel deals with. Narco Enterprises deals with retail and e-commerce. So Narco Enterprises has an e-commerce store where you get all the, basically you can say, veg products which can help you refill your kitchen on a daily basis, ranging from dry fruits to spices to all your regional Konkan Maharashtrian products that I have. All that you get on Narco Enterprises. So what Kitchen Cartel does is that it deals with hotels, restaurants. I supply seafood, all kinds of seafood, whatever they require, to pubs and hotels in Pune. I'm not sure if you know many places here in Pune, but where are you all from, if I may ask?
I
Mumbai.
I am from Mumbai, but my mom is from Pune, so I have been very frequent to Pune. My grandmother stays at Aund, if you heard of Sin Society.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Aund, right. So, how when was the last time you visited Balwadi High Street?
Yeah, it's become great. Yeah, quite recently, it has a chain of restaurants like the full road, the Bane Road. It's filled with
Yes.
restaurants.
So,
So,
I supply to a few there. I supply to a few chains called Hippie, Thekana, and then this trail called Highland. So that's where Kitchen Cartel comes into play. And Narco Enterprises, which is basically all the retail stuff.
the
Okay, sir.
next time, Krishi, Aditi, or I, if we come around to Pune, we'll call you and we'll be
Definitely.
like, sir,
If you all don't call me, I'll be offended. I need to take you all to at least my restaurants here.
yes, sir,
So which reminds
definitely.
me, I mean, now that you're talking about it, apart from Kitchen Cartel and Narco Enterprises, I also run a, you can say, a hotel or a lounge here, which I just recently invested in. So I'm not sure. That's where you fall back in your homework, but that's fine. That's excuse. So I just recently started like a lounge or a hotel. So next time you all are here, you let me know.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, so my next question is, what are the challenges you face while the food shipping in the food shipping industry? So how do you tackle the problems you face?
So problems, like we just filter it out a little bit. What kind of problems are you looking for? Like, are you looking for problems that an entrepreneur faces in his personal life on day-to-day basis, or like the finances is a problem, or like the inventory, everything? What would you all like to know? Like, there are a
Like in
lot
the
of
shipping industry, how do you face problems while shipping from, sometimes from Pune to Mumbai or
right.
in the other
So
parts?
shipping industry, what I think logistics plays an important role is the how long your product can last. For example, like many of my Narcan Enterprises products, they can last up to 4 to 6 months. Many of them can last only to 10 to 15 days. So, and those things, logistics, they are sometimes not in your hand, because my parcels go all over the world. Like they're going in India also, and they're going out of India also. So when COVID comes into play, logistics comes into play, you can't really, blame anybody. Like that's the problem that I face, logistics. Like something has to reach in time. Even if I'm promised 10, 15 days, even if I'm doing all my work, which I can, logistics has to become a problem. Like either the parcel breaks off. Indian parcel will, like my parcels of India, which have to go from Pune to like 3, 4 hours, like Bombay. So many of them have broken, so deciding which logistics partner, like do you go for the local one who you can grab by the neck if there's a problem, but or do you go for a bigger company who guaranteed you so many days and something like that. And then Kitchen Cartel is just like, because everything is all seafood. So the problems there are just into 10 of whatever I just said of Narc Enterprises. I need to get everything in and out of India in like frozen containers, like the containers which are chilled, which are air conditioned. So yeah, I think there's the logistics problem. One of the problems that I faced.
So pertaining to that question only, how do you ensure like timely delivery of all the sales you do, like on both platforms? Is
So
there
you can't
any
really
way?
draw, like consider yourself as a customer. Like the customers are always at the verge because they're paying. So I don't take any advance payments. I only ask for payments once the product reaches you. So for example, if Krishi is ordering something and it reaches a day later than like if it was supposed to reach on the 15th of Feb and it hasn't reached, Krishi will get back to the seller, right? I would also, if my product is supposed to be reaching on the 15th Feb. So what I do is I just usually tell all my people, like whoever taking orders or whoever who's a customer, who dealing with the customer, just give yourself, like just give my company a breathing space of 1 or 2 days, because of the logistics or because of the experience that I know. Acha, theek hai, Bombay is going to take me 1 day or 2 days max. I still have to pertain to 3 days. And then that's where competition comes in. Like people would say ki somebody is giving us to them locally in 1 or 2 days. Now that's something I cannot help with. What we can do is like we can pertain to the service that we're giving, the quality that we're giving. But then yeah, so we just try to get ourselves a breathing space. For example, a hotel. If hotels order on the same day, that business is absolutely not managed properly. Like you will get orders like right now to supply like around a 50 kg of stuff in the evening. So what we do in that case is we just ask them also for a breathing space. How? Because when we are doing initial meetings, if Krishi owns a hotel and I'm going to her, she will obviously ask me, ki, how does your logistics work? What is your delivery period? I tell her, just give me a day. Give me at least a 12-15 hour notice so that I can supply. So that's what I try to do. Like you just try to build a breathing space for your brand, whatever you're doing, whatever services you're providing.
Okay, so coming to frozen foods, like people have nowadays many misconceptions, कि unhealthy हो सकता है. So how does
Correct.
Kitchen Cartel, change their mindset?
So the thing is about, I'll be very honest, what has helped is the changing times. Like people are obviously like they're being education matters. Like apart from the book education, you need to do your own homework. You need to know how the world works. So be frozen being bad. Why? Because I'll like this might be wrong, but it's my opinion. Why people think frozen is wrong? Because that's the orthodox thinking of people. That's what you've been told कि अच्छा अगर frozen है तो वो पुराना है, अगर वो ठंडा है, fair enough, it is purana. Like being old does not make it unusable, right? Or does not make it unhealthy. It's just how we're preserving it. So now there are 2, 3, 4 different kinds of freezing technologies. I'm pretty sure you all also must be aware about it, but even if you're not, so what my technology revolves around is called the IQF. That's like the individually quick frozen. So just a quick example for like if this is a box and this holds 50 pieces of cashews, right? I'm just giving cashews example, but my product is prawn, like the shrimp. So you put this and then you freeze it. This is called the block freezing. 50 pieces of prawns or shrimps are inside this. So even if you have to take like 5, 10 out of it for a dish, you have to defreeze the entire thing, right? So this is block freezing. So what I deal with is called IQF, individually quick frozen. So what happens in that is like individual piece of prawn or shrimp, they're cleaned, cut, and they're done. The entire process is done within 6 hours. So all the nutrients, all the proteins that are there, the taste, the texture, that is maintained because the entire freezing, cutting, cleaning process happens in 6 hours. So that is what IQF does. So I think I've had a problem for sure, like the retail crowd, right? The people who buy, even if like when I started this, before I started this, I went home and I just asked my grandmother, ki, I'm trying to, sell seafood or he's like, all right, so what all do you have? So I explained it to her that I have frozen food. Instantly, she was like, no, let's just skip the idea. Let's just get some fresh fish because we are fish eaters. Like since the birth, we've always had fresh. So one day the very next day, I went home, I got a packet from my office. I gave it to her. Even then, she was not convinced. But until and unless, people try it or people really use it and see what happens and why the difference is, there is no difference in taste, texture, color. It is actually better because you never know if somebody is selling you something fresh. Take, for example, if you're switching away from the non-veg stuff, if you're talking about vegetables and everything, they might look good because they're made like that. Like even if you're going to the sabzi mandi, you're getting vegetables. You never know how old they are. They're going to tell you, "हाँ मैम अभी 2 दिन पहले आया है." You have to take them on your word. So at least I'm being honest here as a business. I'm telling you this is a 3-month old product, tastes the same or much better. So that is how the frozen industry comes into play. It's just a matter of time. Give it 2024, 2025, berries, vegetables, seafood, anything that you eat. Most of the gravies that like a normal person does not know this. Most of the 80% of whatever you eat in a hotel or a restaurant are just canned, frozen gravies or whatever. So you never know. So people just need to, get out of that orthodox thinking, which it will, because a generation like you, generation like us, they'll get out of it. Like you won't need to educate anyone. They will be pre-educated about what it means and how it is and why the quality is different.
Definitely, sir. So the only thing that was going around in my head was पहले इस्तेमाल करे फिर विश्वास करे when you were saying that.
Makes sense, makes sense. I'm gonna make sure that my media head gets this, because this is gonna be my new creative. So thank you for that. I'll give you help me with the caption. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir, definitely. You can reach out. We will reach out to you that sir, please take our help. ESL will reach out to you.
definitely. So what I like, if I can just shift away, if we have a little minute. So what are you all doing now? Are you all doing any internships? Both of you all?
No, sir.
No.
Okay, I think first year, right? You all have just started a while back. That's okay.
So
Well,
as you said that I was in all the committees, I'm also going everywhere. Ki sab try kar
wonderful.
do.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. But you just need to, like this. I think the internship part kicks in around the second year. Like I was an
Exactly.
outstation, and during my first year, I was like, "Take it, chal, fair enough. I'm taking like my money from home." But then it kicks in when at the end of like beginning of second year, you realize the expenses that you're dealing with. So I think it's just like a involuntary term ki bro, मुझे internship तो करनी पड़ेगी, or I need to do something to at least take care of my
Yeah.
own expenses in a way. Obviously, you cannot expect an 18-year-old to just like take care of all their expenses. But even if you're taking care of your transport, your food, that's good enough. So yeah.
Yes, sir. So moving on, we know that you currently work as a finance associate at Panorama Investments. Is
That's
that
right.
true? So
That's
how
right.
do you manage your entrepreneurial ventures and your work? Like how does that kick in? How does the balance work?
So I think so I'll just explain what Panom Investments is and why I'm able to do that. So what Panom Investments is, that it's my elder brother's finance company. He's an investment banker based in Pune.
Okay.
But from time to time, what happens, because I have a finance degree, not saying that I can use it very well, but I can do it and help my brother in that. So he's an investment banker based in Pune, and how I manage my time, right? So it's just basically my days switching from offices. Like my office is down the road, like the area, you won't understand the areas, but my office is like inside the city. The other office is outside near Bavdhan. So I just try to allocate as much time as I can to everything. Like basically now that Nadkar Enterprises and Kitchen Cartel is kind of set up, but you do have a lot of work every single day that you need to do.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you just allocate time, which is why I asked you how much time is going to take, because I need it planned. If I cannot plan everything properly, I cannot fix or like put everything together and work everything out together. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's, you just need to know how to manage your time. There are a lot of useless things or unimportant things which you can just skip, and unbiased opinion. But I'm not on social media, so that's helped me a lot. I'm nowhere on social media except Facebook. I'm there on LinkedIn because that helps me in my way, and Instagram. I'm there. My company is present on Instagram because I need to take care of it. Otherwise, getting your personal self out of somewhere where it is not required, Instagram has played a big role in just helping me make my own time. So yeah.
Okay, so all the business related jobs you did. So what lessons do you learn there and applied in your startups?
Oh, one thing that I've all the companies that I worked with, allocation, which is very important. Like people do not give this a lot of thought. Also, time management, like I just said, people are concerned with the results, or like how much money you're getting in or how much profits you're making. But like maximizing those profits and allocation helps a lot. People do not understand how important it is. If I'm allocating something to krishi, like I need to know what my people around me are good with, are strong with. If krishi is good with A, I'm not going to give her B and waste her time and my time. I'm just going to ask her to fix to A, and if she wants to learn, then she can come on the weekends, right? So that is how I did. Just 1 second. Bol. I'm so sorry. Hi.
Okay.
So, I'm so sorry. What was the question again?
What
Right.
lessons did you learn? Yeah.
I think, yeah, allocating work to the people who do it the best or who can do it the best. That's very important. You just don't get two people and hand everything over to them, right? If I'm short on staff, I need to do it because I know I can do that well. If one person can do that, so I think that's one of the lessons that I've learned. Many people fail to do it. Like even if I've worked in organizations who are 20 people strong, who are 140 people strong. So allocation plays a very, very important role, and what you do and when you do. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
as we also learned this in management, like right person, right job.
exactly. You're just wasting your own time if you're not doing it. Your net result, like people will not understand. Like if your people think that अच्छा ठीक है मैं 10 चीजें अगर कृषि को दे रहा हूँ और अब अगर मैं शौनक को दे रहा हूँ तो उसमें से you're not going to get 20 things done if you can't, like, the people can't do it. So that's the thing. I think you need to know what to give and who to give. Allocation, basically.
Definitely, sir. Moving on, so I'm going to ask you questions about your college life. Like, how did your degree in accounts and finance help you in your business? And after that, I want to ask you that what were the hangout spots in your college? Because we are F5 and we really need some tips. Was the Raju role still there? Was the cafe
Oh,
still around?
I think I'm gonna stick to the second question before answering your first question because y'all need to get out. Y'all need to,
We, we,
like,
we, we're done with sitting at home now. We need to go out. We'll be sitting
how
at
how
home.
many days? Answer this. How many days of actual college have you all attended, or there haven't been any actual days
It
yet?
started now. It started offline now, but
Started, but we've not
on
attended
and off.
properly. Yeah.
No, shit. So yeah, the hangout places, right? So you just walk into the quadrangle and there are like hundreds of people and you can choose to talk to anybody. Like that is how it was. I have no clue how online and offline is going to shape up because I just can't imagine doing all of that. So I think the quadrangle half of the times was filled. You would not get space.
It's
So
getting
it's safe.
renovated now. It's getting
Are you
renovated now.
serious? What's
Yeah.
happening there?
They're actually renovating the HR building, so they've covered up the quadrangle.
You can't, no.
Yeah.
You can't cover the quadrangle.
Exactly, sir. I've seen the quadrangle. It was like such a lit spot, but now it's covered up. Hopefully, they open it in like a few months.
Bro, I can't
Fully covered.
imagine. I can't imagine not having my PR events in the quadrangle. If you cover the quadrangle, it's just as good as an auditorium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So apart
Exactly.
from
It's
the
like it's not like it's open, like it's covered with all the debris and that packaging. It's not like closed up now.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
But
get that. I get the idea. So apart from the quadrangle, I think we chilled a lot at the foyer for sure. We
yeah.
would just between lectures or like after you're going to canteen also was always filled. So you just either get some space at the foyer or what else? Or you just sit in your class that's empty. Like your lecture is done, but there's no next lecture at that point of time. So you just sit there. Apart from that, I think you're just constantly eating something. You're either having coffee outside, you're either having chai outside, you're either at Raju's, you're either at, you're just eating all the time. So yeah, I think that is fun. Do we have to rejoin? Because I think the time I just got a notification. That's what I'm asking. I think this might end.
Probably, sir. We have 10. We still have 10 minutes left.
No problem. All right. So yeah, and how it's helped. Do you still want me to answer the first question?
It's up to you, sir. Because
Well,
we got our answer.
I'll just quickly answer because what I've learned is that this book education, it just helps you until a certain level. It does not take you all the way. To go all the way, you need to have the curiosity to learn something else. Like what my knowledge has helped me with is the finances. For example, now I don't have to waste my time over balance sheets of profit and losses, which other people might have to waste some time on to understand what really goes, what it really is. If, for example, if my CA sends me over my profit and loss, I have to ask him, bro, what does this mean? I know what that means. I know where I'm lacking. I know where I'm doing great. So I think that's how it's helped me.
So, what are your future goals and aspirations with regard to your startups?
Oh, I think I think setting goals is like just really too mainstream, and you should just have like short-term goals. You should not ever like long-term goals, for example, are okay, but then because how uncertain life is, like this is very like this might not does not make sense, but just about how I think because of COVID and how things just rapidly changed. I had different plans for myself. So you can't just plan for a long point of time. You just need to, stick to a safe amount of time. It can be 1 week for you, it can be 1 month for you, it can be a year for you. So what my goal for my startups would be, just like the next step would be for Kitchen Cartel would be multi-city presence for sure. I'm gonna be eyeing Nagpur, Nasik, Bombay, Aurangabad in no time, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. And for Natka Enterprises is going to be as many retail stores as I can. So just stick to, I would stick to just short-term goals for my company and not stick to, okay, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I dream for an IPO. I have no clue where I'm going to be day after tomorrow. And it's just stupid of my opinion. Again, I don't mean to, whatever, but then, yeah, does not really make sense. So just stick to your forte or a week or whatever you need to plan and just do that properly. How are you going to do tomorrow, whatever you decided properly, if you're worrying about the next year? It's going to shape out, it's going to pan out. Just yeah, fix your priorities, that's all.
Yes, so we hope to see those stores soon.
For sure, even if I come to Bombay, I'll let you. They all eat non-veg, by the way?
Yes, sir. Full on.
No.
Okay, Krishi, I'm sorry, I should have seen that name. I'm sorry, I should have seen that name and asked. No problem. All right, Krishi can shop from Nadkar Enterprises anytime she wants. That's completely veg.
Yeah, I went through your website, by the way.
That's nice. Any suggestions? Are there any suggestions? I would really appreciate for Kitchen Cartel and Natro also. Y'all can just WhatsApp me. Y'all have my number anytime. Y'all can just give me a call. So I would really, really like some suggestions, because at this point of time, I would prefer taking suggestions from people who are, like-minded and our age. I'm hanging out with people on a daily basis who are 40, 50. That's not wrong. That's not wrong
Yes,
at
sir.
all. Then you need some change, right? You need to, filter out your mind and get something else in there. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yes, sir. So my last question for the day is that is there any advice that you would like to give the upcoming entrepreneurs? Like, what should they do?
I don't think I'm at a I'll be very, I don't think I'm at a stage where I can, give advice to people out here, because I haven't achieved or I haven't done so much to call for myself. But from what I've learned, from what I've done, uh, I think the greatest ideas or the greatest things that you can do strike you when you're not thinking about them, when you're not trying for them. So even if there's nothing coming to your mind and happens on a daily basis, even if nothing's coming to your mind, if I'm stuck somewhere and if I can't figure a way out, it's all right. Just give it time. Like even if you're
Yes, sir.
trying to do, and that's just a life perspective, whatever you're trying to do. So for the upcoming entrepreneurs, if you're not getting an idea or if you're not getting a way how to, like get through it. So this is like a really like what I said may or may not make sense. But what you can do is like, an advice, talk to as many people as you can, network. The person might not help you in a, like in the past, like in the near future. They might not help you in 5, 10 days, but then talk, make your presence known. Like let people know what you're doing. Even if that's not good, even if you're not somewhere, make sure that you talk to people, you learn from them. Yeah, that's what. So basic one, very quote is there. Like you just try to surround yourself in a room full of people who are smarter than you or who are better than
Yes,
you.
exactly.
You
Yes.
should feel कि अच्छा ये बंदे ने ये किया है, ये बंदी तो यहाँ पहुंच चुकी है. So you should realize that where everybody is and just talk to them. Try to educate your mind. That's all.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So,
So
sir, unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
No problem,
Thanks
ma'am.
for taking the time. We had an amazing time.
No problem.
we
All the
love this
best, all the
session.
very best. And if you're